Hello guys and girls, welcome back to the Racing Line for another circuit guide here on iRacing. This is week 8 of Season 2 2022 in the D-Class Fixed GT4 Challenge with me driving the Aston Martin Vantage GT4. This week's circuit is Hockenheim Ring, the GP layout, a nice little circuit with plenty of heavy braking zones, and the date and time is set to the 7th of May 2022 at 7:05 in the evening to give you a nice little sunset setting, of course to match the Season 2 PDF and the official race time. Run sprint setup because it is a fixed series, same format as before. Breakdown lap followed by a full speed uninterrupted lap followed by an offboard lap, and as usual it's filmed before the week has begun, so it's difficult to compare lap times, but let's see if we can help you guys find some time. So here we go then on the short main straight, ready for the fast right-hander of turn 1. Braking zone, you need to look out for the 100-meter board. We're going to dab our brakes just past that, and I want you to keep it in 5th gear. I tried it in 4th many times. It's a hard stab of the brakes. Keep it in 5th and get that power down. Be careful to keep 2 wheels on the blue and white curb. Do not touch the green bit or you will get a 1x. Trust me, 5th gear was faster than 4th. We're going to use Dave the Marshal as a braking point for turn 2. Hard on the brakes down to 3rd gear. A corner that you think should be in 2nd again, but 3rd gear seems to give you more traction on the exit and therefore a much better lap time because it's now a nice long flat out straight, curvy straight down towards a really tight hairpin. So you can have a quick breather here. This is going to be the main overtaking opportunity for sure. There's going to be plenty of people sending it down the inside of this hairpin. Braking zone, the 150-meter board. Hard on the brakes from 6th gear down into 2nd. Look at this. Hard on the brakes, down into 2nd gear, get it turned in, full lock right, smoothly applying that power on the exit to get the best exit you can, and then up through the gears once again. You got a flat out right-hander coming here, so it's another nice long flat out section. Easily done. Get over to the right-hand side. Now, a tricky braking zone this. The curve on the left-hand side is going to end, but it's on the opposite side of the circuit, and we've got the sun blind in our eyes. But as soon as that curve ends is where you want to brake, but on the other side of the circuit. Down into 3rd gear, smoothly applying the power. Keep your car on the left-hand side to open up this corner, up into 4th. Try not to bounce over that right-hand side curve too much, because it can bounce you off and give you a 1x. But then you need to carry the speed through there. Now, the tree on the left-hand side, the little bush, as soon as that ends, as soon as we pass that through our left window, dab the brakes, hard stab, down into 4th gear, coast in, and then get back on that power. You can use all the curve on the exit if you want. Be careful of the gravel. Get back over to the right-hand side. Now, just before the 50-meter board, before it, when that green tyre ball ends, that's when we're going to get on the brakes, down into 3rd gear, coasting in. A long left-hander, smoothly apply the power, and now it's flat out through this left and right section here in 4th gear. Just as we exit that section, again, on the opposite side of the circuit, you can see the curb about to start. As soon as we cross that point, that's when we're going to dab our brakes down into 3rd gear. We've really opened up this right-hander as we're coasting in. When we hit the apex, we get back on the power in 3rd gear. We're going to keep 2 wheels on the track on the exit, a quick lift off to get our nose turned in, and then straight back on the power into 4th gear on the exit. You might get a little bit of oversteer as you touch the curb. You can use all the curb on the exit, but you need to get as much speed as you can to maximize your lap time. It doesn't really matter too much when you're starting a lap if you mess up that final corner, but it obviously overall affects your lap time. Now, full speed uninterrupted, 5th gear, straight back on that power, using all the curb. Don't touch the green stuff or you'll get a 1x. Now, on the left-hand side, looking for Dave. There he is, hard on the brakes, down to 3rd gear. Get it turned in, get back on that power smoothly. Look how slow it took us to get to 100% power there. Kept it on about 50, 60 until the car was settled. You can mount the curve on the left-hand side as you enter the straight. That doesn't affect the car too much. So now you're in a nice slipstream section to get your overtake done into this next tight hairpin. 150-meter board, hard on the brakes. Down into 2nd gear. Look at that, keeping the car as straight as you can for as long as you can as you trail brake in and then get back on that power as much as you can. If you can get the car straighter earlier, you can floor it easier, but I was at an angle so I couldn't get on the power as early as I wanted. Flat out through this right-hander now, over to the right-hand side as the curb on the left ends, hard on the brakes from 5th down into 3rd gear, get it turned in. Don't mount the sausage curb, but try and get as close as you can to the apex. Back on the power, over to the left. Quick slight lift off, only to about 70% power, straight up into 4th, and then back on the power straight away. Looking for the tree on the left-hand side. As soon as that ends, hard on the brakes, down to 4th, get it turned in, coasting in, and then back on the power at the apex point, using all the curb on the exit. Over to the right-hand side, looking for the 50-meter board. Hard on the brakes, down to 3rd, coast in, braking diagonally across, hold it tight to this left-hand side curb, and back on the power. Flat out through here, up into 4th gear, flat out, mount the curb. Just as we exit, hard on the brakes, down to third, get it turned in, coast in, back on the power, keep 2 wheels on the track, quick lift off to get the nose in, back on the power, up into fourth, careful of the oversteer as you mount that curve, and there we go for a lap of the Hockenheim ring for a 1:45.0. It's a fun little circuit, this one, so I'm hoping that the racing is going to be just as fun this week. As usual, that is pretty much it from me. I'm going to leave you with this offboard lap. Don't forget to keep those likes and comments coming in and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If I don't see you on track this week, then I'll see you next week for the next video here on the Racing Line. Peace!